Hey, what's up guys? It's Deek, and this is one of the few things we might be building to teach you some framing skills and much more at our upcoming Joshua Tree area workshop. Details below. I had one idea where this is a very boxy, cabin on posts. So this would be the post here that eventually, I'll show you in a second how it works, set into the ground. So here's your ground level right here. And down here, the dotted lines denote where concrete would go. Because in flash flood areas occasionally, when rain comes in, soil not so permeable with flash floods, and you don't want any of this stuff washing away. What I have is a cabin on stilts, then down below, close to the ground, I have another plank that travels here where I can attach, this is just whimsical and weird, a series of teeth. Because if I make this eventually into some kind of rentable hip camp-like structure, I want it to be something that stands out apart from the rest. Everyone's transforming old campers and stuff like that. So if I took, and I like the modern look of clarity, so I would face this to the north, not to the south of my property, with a series of purlins and such, and supports and diagonals for rigidity and all that. I would cover this with more Tuftex, that's Tuftex, polycarbonate. They have a new variety that's double walled, like the greenhouse stuff, so it has almost like closed cells in it, which I love. Actually, my art studio I'm in right now is covered with that stuff. I love it, so I probably would use that. But here's what I do. I would somewhere on the exterior add in some giant plywood cut eyes, or maybe these could be brake rotors, or there's so many things you could use for this piece. Check out my brand new book, details down below. There's some links also for NV Tiny House heaters, a discount code. And coming up, if you want to build with us, learn some tiny house building, framing, and more, we're doing a tiny house workshop right outside Joshua Tree, California. It's going to be lots of fun and fully hands-on. There's so many things you could use for this piece right here in terms of salvage materials. Some kind of nose for angular, jagged. Paint the interior white, light this thing up at night. And, if you really want to round it, you could build just for the facade like they did with the old Wild West parapet front buildings. You could round things out with some plywood. I don't know if I'd bother so much. Next thing you know, out in the middle of the desert, you have this very striking, bizarre, weird, fun, whimsical skull shelter that at night, when lit, radiates light and certainly is attention-grabbing. That's something I'm contemplating building. And while the front is unconventional, whimsical, and weird, again, the sides would incorporate a lot of traditional framing that you would need to learn. And we would show you, you'd be building with us, that you'd need to know for a traditional tiny house building. How to frame in headers, top plates, sill plates, stud spacing, jack studs, king studs, cripple studs, all that kind of stuff. We're going to go through all of that. But we're going to kind of mix architecture, tiny house building techniques. You're going to be working with us in art and bizarreness. We have a van camp out there. I'll show you a clip of that right now. All of a sudden this skull is becoming mongoloid-ish, gigantic. I got carried away. We have a van camp out there. There's a lot of cool stuff to salvage through, to build with. I want to try ferro cement, adobe. The last video up here, or one of the last ones, was on ferro cement, me messing with that. So this is one technique, one possibility. Another one is like maybe we build some gigantic, while inefficient spatially, that's tough to say. Here's the desert floor. We'll be doing all this live drawing there too. I'm addicted to doing these sketches. This almost looks like a sailboat in a way. But maybe something using a lot of triangular shapes. Gotta have some purlins for support. Again, this would be Tuftex stuff here. Clad maybe in some nice tongue and groove. But to mimic the return here on that shape, maybe you have a canopy area so that here's the step, and when you enter, You know, there'd be the doorknob, these little pods you can sleep in. This isn't to scale, it'll be much bigger than this. You have this shade spot right here. There's a lot of other things we could do with this as well. This is pretty basic and kind of too simple. But like I said, some of it's brainstorming, and you're going to have some say in what we build as well. Again, in concrete, very necessary. Just sharing some ideas though. Like I said, the skull thing, I don't know. I keep changing my mind, so some of this is just me hashing ideas out. The underground shelters, out in the desert covered in sand, maybe doing stuff with sculpted, you know, curved linear ferro cement structures. Sky's kind of the limit. And maybe we'll have some more of these sketch videos if you guys like them. I just want to show you the thought process with these. And that's just the basic idea there. The basic idea of many ideas. So thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe. We'll have more live actual tour videos where you don't see just me with my old man hands sketching. And thank you for watching as always.